long Friday, we still owed it. He proceeded to spin the tires and take off.
Who was it?
I don't know, some out of town person that wasn't from here.
People are crazy.
I
I just
agree.
started
There's just
laughing.
no cordialness anymore.
Yeah, because my dad was just sitting there. And he
Why
was
do you
like,
need to
"Yeah."
just
He
yell at
rolled my
people?
window down or whatever, and we both waved. We were like, "Yeah, sorry, whatever." Just trying to be cordial and move on with our day. Nope, wasn't good enough for him.
Okay, hopefully that will work.
I started
Okay.
laughing.
So, dealing with uncollectible accounts, how much we think will be uncollectible. Looking at the work together. It says the aging of accounts receivable. Now, remember, for businesses, the more expenses we have, it decreases our net income, right? Net income is what a business has to pay taxes on. Okay, so not only do we all, as we make money, we have to pay taxes on that money, we have to pay income tax on that money, but a business itself, however much money the business makes, has to pay taxes on their income. So we want to have these expenses because these expenses, which not that we want to have to pay all these bills, but if we're going to pay our employees anyway, right? We have to pay the light bill. So if we can call it a utilities expense, we can call it salary expense. Those expenses decrease our income because it's money going out the door anyway. And that way we have less federal income tax we have to pay on that net income. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That money is leaving anyway, we need to classify it as an expense. Same thing with the uncollectible accounts expense. What we think will be uncollectible for accounts receivable, we can classify it as an expense. Okay, so it says the aging of accounts receivable for Brett Company as of December 31st of the current year and estimated percentages of uncollectible accounts by age groups are presented in the working papers. So it shows us, gosh, I don't have anything on there, that currently we have $16,485.18 that is owed to us in accounts receivable. We think 2% of that will be uncollectible. The 1 to 30 is, they are a month overdue. This is how much is overdue by a month. 4% of that we think will be uncollectible, and so on. As we move down in time, somebody hasn't paid their bill for over 3 months, 90 days, we think 70% of that is going to be uncollectible. Hopefully this yellow will show it. Okay, any questions over that? Okay, so number 1, it says calculate the estimate of uncollectible accounts expense. The balance of uncollectible accounts on December 31st before the adjusting entry is recorded is a $236.89 credit.
So is it times 2%? So it'd be 0.02.
0.02, yep.
So it's $329.70.
Yep. Yep. Okay, so we have $16,000 that's owed to us. We think 2% is uncollectible. 300.
Can I draw lines underneath this so I don't write numbers
Yep.
on top of numbers?
Yep. And that is super fat.
How much was this one?
329.70.
Oh my gosh. $329.70, yes.
This ain't bad.
No.
Like for the first section, this ain't bad.
Those are markers.
You got a marker thief in town?
I think so.
I believe it is.
Rather to be just
Yep.
a whole bunch of those. Every time I do this, I'm thinking to get a pen out of it. Okay, so we think that 4% of the $12,000 that's owed to us. So this is going
$499.56.
$499.56. It's a little bit better, not awesome. Okay, 8% of the 6,000 is uncollectible. $556.50. 65 cents. Okay.
$843.64.
And $2,000, $209.97.
Yeah.
Wow,
If
that's
they
a lot.
haven't paid us, if they haven't paid us within 3 months, we think there's a high chance that they are not going to pay us. Okay, the current balance. So we have this new account, allowance for uncollectible accounts. We have this new account, allowance for uncollectible accounts. It is a contra account to accounts receivable, right? Accounts receivable is a what? Debit or credit? Debit. It's an asset, right? It's money coming to us, so it's a debit. What kind of balance will allowance for uncollectible accounts have? It's going to be a credit. It's a contra account to that. So we already have, it says we have a current balance of $236.89 in allowance for uncollectible accounts currently.
Where did you get that 230?
They gave it to us in the book.
Oh,
The current balance is, wait, so we think, oh shoot, did I get a total? No, I should get a total in here.
It's 4,000.
I'd put my total right here. Yep, so the total of uncollectible is $52, you said?
Yeah.
Yep. $4,439.52 is going to be uncollectible. That should actually go on this line right here. My marker is a little too fat. We already have $236.89 in there, so we're going to make an adjusting entry of how much?
$4,676.41.
No, we're going to go the opposite way. This is what we want. This is confusing. This is what we want our total to be.
Yeah.
We already have $236 sitting in there. So we're only going to add how much more to allowance? What?
236.
Is it 44.39 minus that?
Yeah.
How do you?
So this is our total uncollectible accounts.
Yeah.
We already have this much sitting in there. So how much more do we just need to add to get up to this?
Oh.
4,202.63.
Yes. Kind of confusing. 4,402. Oh crap.
202 what?
4,202
63.
and 63 cents. 4,202 and 63 cents.
If you wanted to you would add those.
I know. This is what we want our total to end up being because this already includes some of this. Okay, because we're then later on going to do an adjusting entry. Okay. So in number 2, that's exactly what it's telling us to do. We're going to do an adjusting entry to bring this allowance for uncollectible accounts up to date. So remember when we do adjusting entries, we're going to give it a heading. Adjusting entries is just that. We need to bring something up to date. We didn't sell anything. We didn't buy anything. We didn't collect anything. Nothing changed within the business. We just need to update some accounts. The date it said that we do this on is going to be December 31st. And remember, I said we want to have expenses. So we're going to debit another new account called Uncollectible Accounts Expense. I know that's kind of fat to read. With adjusting entries, there's no document number because nothing is happening in the business. We're just changing something.
You quoted that 4202.
Yep, it's gonna be that 4202.63. So we're gonna debit uncollectible accounts expense. And we're gonna credit that allowance because remember that's a credit account. It's a contra account to accounts receivable. Credit or allowance for uncollectible accounts. Same amount, 4202.63.
And you just put that in the credit column?
Yep. So when we put this in, we've already got the $236 in there. Our balance will end up being that $44.39, right?
Yeah.
Our balance will end up being that total. All right. Any questions over section 1?
That's pretty cake.
Okay. You have on your own 1 and terms and questions 1.
That was cheap.